You wake up in the morning, go straight to the coffee maker, drink that strong coffee thinking it will clear your mind, but half an hour later you still have that foggy feeling, like your brain is wrapped in cotton, and then drink more coffee, and more, and at the end of the day you are exhausted, anxious, and tomorrow the cycle starts again. What if I told you that coffee is not only not solving your brain fog, it could be causing it? What if there was a drink that you can prepare in 2 minutes, that costs pennies, and that clears your mind in less than 15 minutes, giving you stable energy that lasts all day without crashes, without anxiety, without dependence? The truth the coffee industry doesn't want you to know is this: caffeine alone doesn't actually improve brain function. It just blocks adenosine receptors, which is the substance that makes you feel tired. It's like turning off the fire alarm while the house continues to burn. You don't feel the fatigue, but the real problem is still there. Your brain remains dehydrated, inflamed, with low production of neurotransmitters. And when the caffeine wears off, the rebound effect is even worse. You fall into a hole of mental fatigue that only more coffee seems to fix. It's a vicious cycle that is slowly destroying your mental clarity. Millions of people are trapped in this trap right now. They wake up with brain fog, which is nothing more than mild brain inflammation combined with dehydration and neurotransmitter imbalance. During the night, you spent 8 hours without drinking water. Your blood is thicker, circulating slowly. Your brain, which is 75% water, is working in emergency mode. Mitochondria, which are the power plants inside each cell, are producing energy inefficiently. And on top of all this, you add pure caffeine, which increases cortisol, dehydrates you even more, and makes the situation worse. But there's a solution that functional doctors, biohackers, and neuroscientists have been using for years, and it's finally coming to public attention. It's a drink so simple you'll doubt it works, but the science behind it is rock solid. We're talking about something that deeply hydrates, reduces brain inflammation, activates the production of essential neurotransmitters, and prepares your body for a day of absolute mental clarity. And the best part, it works in minutes, not hours. Think about how many times you've missed opportunities, made mistakes, forgotten important information, all because your mind was clouded first thing in the morning. Important meetings where you couldn't think fast, conversations where you were stuck looking for words, simple tasks that seemed like insurmountable mountains. All of this may be happening not because you are getting older or losing capacity, but simply because you are starting the day the wrong way. The protocol I'm going to teach you today is used by CEOs of billion-dollar companies, high-performance athletes, scientists in cutting-edge laboratories. Not because they have access to something expensive or exclusive, but because they understand how the brain works and what it needs to operate at maximum potential. And now you will know too. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal exactly what this drink is, how to prepare it, when to drink it, and why it works better than any expensive coffee, energy drink, or supplement you've ever tried. Your life is about to change. Your morning will never be the same. But before I reveal the exact recipe for this miracle drink, I need you to do something for me and yourself. If you really want to eliminate mental fog once and for all, if you're tired of relying on coffee to function, then like this video right now. This isn't just to help the channel, it's for your own brain. When you actively engage with content through a physical action like pressing like, your brain pays more attention and you absorb what you're learning better. Subscribe to the channel now if you're not already subscribed, because I'm going to bring you a lot more content about mental clarity, natural energy, and brain performance that can completely transform your life. Activate the bell so you don't miss any videos. And now, let's reveal this powerful drink that will replace your coffee and give you the clearest mind you've had in years. Let's get straight to the point. The drink that will change your mornings forever is matcha green tea with coconut water, lemon, and a pinch of sea salt. I know, it seems strange. You've probably never heard of this combination, but each ingredient was chosen for a specific scientific reason, and when you put it all together, the effect on your brain is absolutely transformative. Let me explain exactly what each part does and why it works better than coffee. First, the matcha. Matcha is not ordinary green tea. It is powdered green tea, where you consume the entire ground leaf. This means you are getting up to 10 times more antioxidants and nutrients than regular green tea. Matcha has something called L-theanine in very high quantities. L-theanine is an amino acid that crosses the blood-brain barrier and increases the production of GABA, dopamine, and serotonin. These are the neurotransmitters of calm, focus, and well-being. When you drink matcha, L-theanine works together with the natural caffeine present in the tea, creating a unique mental state. You are alert but relaxed, focused but without anxiety. It's the opposite of coffee, which leaves you feeling wired but nervous. Studies show that the combination of L-theanine and caffeine improves mental processing speed, sustained attention, and working memory, much more than caffeine alone. In a study of 44 young adults, those who consumed L-theanine with caffeine had a 20% improvement in response speed and a 15% improvement in cognitive task accuracy compared to the group that took caffeine alone, and the best, without the energy crash that coffee causes. The energy from matcha lasts 4 to 6 hours stably because L-theanine slows down the absorption of caffeine, releasing it little by little into the bloodstream. Now the coconut water. Why not regular water? Because coconut water has natural electrolytes: potassium, sodium, magnesium, calcium. Your brain needs these minerals to conduct electrical signals between neurons. When you're dehydrated or have low electrolytes, which is exactly the state you wake up in, after 8 hours of sleep, nerve impulses travel slowly. It's like trying to send messages over slow internet. Everything gets stuck. Coconut water quickly replenishes these electrolytes, rewiring neural connections, allowing your brain to function at maximum speed. Potassium specifically is crucial. Neurons use potassium to maintain electrical balance across cell membranes. Without enough potassium, you literally can't think straight. Lemon adds vitamin C and antioxidants that protect neurons against oxidative stress. But it has another important function. Lemon activates the digestive system and helps the liver eliminate toxins accumulated overnight. A well-functioning liver means fewer toxins circulating and reaching the brain. Less toxins means less inflammation. Less inflammation means less brain fog. It's that simple. Lemon also leaves the body in a slightly alkaline state, which improves cellular oxygenation. Well-oxygenated cells produce energy efficiently. More cellular energy means more mental clarity. And the pinch of sea salt? This is a biohacker trick. Quality sea salt has more than 80 trace minerals that your body needs. A tiny pinch, perhaps 1/8 of a teaspoon, will not make the drink salty, but will provide sodium that helps with the absorption of water and nutrients. Sodium is also needed for the sodium-potassium pump in nerve cells, which is literally what generates the electrical impulses of thought. People who have very low salt diets often report brain fog. Obviously, I'm talking about unrefined sea salt, not processed table salt full of additives. Now I will give you the exact recipe. You will need a level teaspoon of matcha powder, 200 milliliters of natural coconut water with no added sugar, half a squeezed lemon, and a small pinch of pink or gray sea salt. Heat the coconut water until it is warm, not boiling. Very hot water destroys some of matcha's delicate nutrients. Place the matcha powder in a mug, add a little warm coconut water, and mix well with a small whisk or fork until it forms a lump-free paste. Then add the rest of the warm coconut water, lemon juice, and salt. Mix everything well. Ready. Your morning mental clarity drink is ready. You take this on an empty stomach as soon as you wake up before eating anything. Why? Because when fasting, absorption is maximum and rapid. Nutrients go straight into the bloodstream, cross the blood-brain barrier, and start working immediately. In 10 to 15 minutes, you will feel the mental fog dissipating like smoke. It's a real physical sensation. Your thoughts become clearer. Words flow easier. You can focus on tasks without that feeling of fighting yourself. But watch out for some mistakes that can ruin everything. First mistake, using poor quality matcha. Cheap matcha is usually old, oxidized, full of impurities. It will taste horrible and won't have the benefits. Good matcha is vibrant, almost neon green. It has a fresh, grassy smell. It costs a little more, but a 30-gram can last more than a month and is worth every penny. Second mistake, boiling the water. Temperatures above 80 degrees destroy L-theanine and make matcha bitter. Use warm water. At the temperature you can put your finger in without burning it. Third mistake, using coconut water from a box full of sugar. You want natural coconut water with nothing added. If not contrary, use filtered water and add a little more salt to compensate for the electrolytes. Fourth mistake, adding sweetener. Many people can't stand the slightly bitter taste of matcha and want to add honey, sugar, and stevia. Don't do that. Sugar will cause a glucose spike that will give you brain fog afterwards. Mel has the same problem. Stevia and other artificial sweeteners confuse your metabolism. You need to let your taste buds adapt to the natural taste. I promise that in a week you will even like it. And if you really can't, add at most half a teaspoon of raw honey, but ideally nothing. Fifth mistake, taking it with breakfast. Take it on an empty stomach, wait at least 20 minutes, and then eat. This maximizes absorption and effect. Now let's talk about realistic results. In the first 15 minutes after taking it, you will feel a gentle wave of mental alertness. It's not a shock like coffee. It's progressive clarity, as if someone were adjusting the focus of a camera. Your vision may even appear sharper because your brain is processing visual information more quickly. Within the first week of taking this every day, you will notice that you no longer need multiple cups of coffee. A person who drinks 3 or 4 coffees a day can usually eliminate it completely or reduce it to a small coffee in the afternoon just for pleasure, not out of necessity. In the first month, your energy during the day is stable. No ups and downs. You wake up well, stay focused until lunch. After lunch, you don't have that brutal drop in energy, and arrive at night still functional but ready to sleep at the right time. Your circadian rhythm regulates itself because you are no longer bombarding your body with caffeine and sugar spikes. Many people also report that their anxiety decreases significantly. It makes sense because L-theanine increases GABA, which is the brain's calming neurotransmitter. You become less reactive, more centered, more able to deal with stress without panicking. At 3 months, you are a different person. Your caffeine dependence is over. Your brain fog is a thing of the past. You wake up with a clear mind naturally. Drinking has become a morning ritual you love, not a crutch you need. And your brain is healthier. Less inflammation, better blood flow, balanced neurotransmitters. All of this translates into better memory, more creativity, faster decision-making, more stable mood. First strategy, conscious breathing right after taking it. Sit comfortably, close your eyes and take 5 deep breaths. Inhale for a count of 4, hold for 4, exhale for a count of 6. This activates the vagus nerve, which is the main communication cable between the brain and body. When you activate the vagus nerve, you lower systemic inflammation, improve digestion, and allow the drink's nutrients to be absorbed even better. It's literally 2 minutes that multiply the results. Second strategy, exposure to natural light first thing in the morning. After drinking, go out on the balcony in the backyard, or even near an open window for 10 minutes. Sunlight entering your eyes sends direct signals to your brain's biological clock. This suppresses residual melatonin that may be making you sleepy and activates morning cortisol in just the right amount. Cortisol in the morning is not bad, it is necessary. It wakes you up, leaves you alert, mobilizes energy. The problem is elevated cortisol all day due to stress, but a natural peak in the morning is healthy and desirable. Sunlight also stimulates the production of serotonin, the feel-good neurotransmitter. More serotonin means better mood and more mental clarity. Third strategy, light movement. It doesn't have to be heavy exercise. It could be stretching for 5 minutes, going for a 10-minute walk, or even dancing to music in the living room. The objective is to activate circulation. When you move, your heart pumps blood faster, getting all those nutrients from the drink to your brain more efficiently. Movement also increases the production of BDNF, the neural growth factor that literally makes your brain create new connections. The combination of matcha and morning movement is especially powerful. Studies show that light exercise after consuming L-theanine increases the production of alpha brainwaves by up to 40%, which are the waves associated with a state of flow, creativity, and relaxed focus. Fourth strategy, additional hydration. The drink already hydrates you, but during the first 30 minutes after drinking it, drink another large glass of plain water. Why? Because matcha has a mild diuretic effect. It will make you pee more. If you don't replace this water, you may end up slightly dehydrated again, which negates some of the benefits. Additional water also helps flush out toxins that the lemon and matcha are mobilizing. The more toxins you eliminate in the morning, the less inflammatory load your brain carries. GA during the day. Fifth strategy, light intermittent fasting. If you can manage it, wait 1 to 2 hours after drinking to make breakfast. During this period of fasting, your body enters a state called autophagy, where cells literally eat and recycle damaged components. Brain autophagy is extremely important for mental clarity. It is the deep cleaning process that removes misfolded proteins, dysfunctional mitochondria, and other cellular debris. The drink provides enough nutrients so you don't feel intensely hungry, but it doesn't break your fast completely, so you maintain the benefits of autophagy for longer. When you finally eat, your brain is clean, energized, and ready to nourish efficiently. Now about recipe variations for those who want to experiment. If you can't find or don't like matcha, you can use quality green tea in a bag. It won't be as potent, but it will still work because it has L-theanine and antioxidants. Use 2 sachets to compensate for the lower concentration. If you don't have coconut water, use filtered water and add a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt and a splash of fresh orange juice for potassium. If you are sensitive to caffeine even at low doses, there is decaffeinated matcha that maintains L-theanine. Or you can use chamomile tea with lemon and salt, which won't have the energizing effect, but will still hydrate and clear your mind more gently. For those who want to boost it even more, you can add a teaspoon of coconut oil or MCT to the drink. Coconut oil's medium-chain triglycerides turn brain energy quickly. The brain can use MCT as an alternative fuel to glucose, which is especially useful if you are fasting or following a low-carb diet. MCT also increases the production of ketones, which have a neuroprotective effect and improve cognitive function. Just be careful not to overdo it, otherwise it could cause stomach discomfort. Start with half a teaspoon and gradually increase it. Another powerful addition, powdered ashwagandha. Ashwagandha is an adaptogenic herb that reduces excessive cortisol, improves stress resistance, and increases mental clarity. 1/4 teaspoon mixed into the drink can make a huge difference for people who wake up anxious or stressed. There are studies showing that ashwagandha improves memory and mental processing speed in adults with cognitive complaints. It pairs perfectly with matcha because while matcha energizes you, ashwagandha calms and centers you. It's the perfect balance. Grated fresh ginger is also an excellent addition. Half a teaspoon of grated ginger adds potent anti-inflammatory properties. Ginger improves circulation, including cerebral circulation. More blood reaching the brain means more oxygen and nutrients. Ginger also helps with the digestion and absorption of the other nutrients in the drink. And the spicy flavor of ginger waking up your taste buds in the morning is a sensory experience that begins to activate your brain even before the nutrients take effect. Turmeric powder is another option. Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, crosses the blood-brain barrier and has documented anti-inflammatory and neuroprotective effects. A pinch of turmeric in the drink adds protection against chronic brain damage. Just remember to add a pinch of black pepper too, because the piperine in pepper increases curcumin absorption by 2,000%. Without pepper, most of the curcumin passes right through without being absorbed. Let's talk now about what happens when you stop drinking coffee and switch to this drink. In the first 3 days, you may experience caffeine withdrawal symptoms if you were a heavy coffee drinker. Mild headache, irritability, tiredness. This is normal and temporary. Your body is adjusting. Matcha has caffeine, but in smaller doses than coffee, so you're effectively reducing the dose. To make the transition easier, you can start by mixing half coffee and half new drink for the first few days, and gradually eliminate coffee. Or you can make the transition for good, endure 3 days of mild discomfort, and then be in the clear. After the first week, most people report that they have never felt better. They wake up more energetic, maintain energy throughout the day, and sleep better at night. The vicious cycle of caffeine crash more caffeine finally breaks. Your body remembers what it's like to produce energy naturally without relying on external stimulants. Your adenosine receptors function normally again. Your natural cortisol production regulates itself. You basically reset your energy system to the way it should work. Within the first month, many people notice that their sugar cravings decrease dramatically. This happens because your energy levels are stable. When you had energy crashes from coffee, your body quickly asked for sugar to compensate. Entity. Now that the energy is constant, you no longer have those intense desires. Your taste also changes. Very sweet things start to seem cloying. You begin to appreciate more subtle and natural flavors. This is a sign that your metabolism is healing and returning to balance. Some people ask me, but can I still drink coffee from time to time? Of course you can. The idea is not to demonize coffee. Coffee has its benefits when consumed in moderation. The point is to break the dependency. After a month with the new drink, if you want to drink a special coffee on a Sunday afternoon simply for the pleasure of it, without needing it to function, go ahead. The problem was never the coffee itself, it was the dysfunctional relationship with it. It was like needing 3, 4, 5 cups a day just to feel normal. When you have stable natural energy, coffee becomes an occasional treat, not a daily necessity. Let's now talk about the long-term benefits that go far beyond simply clearing mental fog. When you drink this drink consistently for months, you're doing much more than waking up feeling good. You are preventing cognitive decline, protecting against neurodegenerative diseases, and literally building a more resilient brain. Matcha has a class of antioxidants called catechins, especially EGCG, which protect neurons against cell death. Studies show that people who regularly consume green tea have a significantly lower risk of developing Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. We're talking about real, measurable protection, documented in long-term research. The L-theanine in matcha not only improves immediate focus, but also stimulates long-term neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to create new connections, to adapt, to learn. The more neuroplastic your brain, the younger it functions regardless of your chronological age. People in their 60s and 70s with high neuroplasticity have better cognitive function than many people in their 40s with rigid, understimulated brains. Taking matcha daily keeps your brain flexible, capable of change, open to new learning. It's an investment in cognitive longevity. The consistent hydration this drink provides also has a profound impact. Mild chronic dehydration, which affects millions of people without them realizing it, causes the hippocampus to shrink over time. The hippocampus is the memory center of the brain. When you properly hydrate first thing every day, you are literally preserving the volume of your hippocampus, protecting its ability to form and access memories. It seems too simple to be important, but water is life. Your brain can't function without it. The electrolytes in coconut water or sea salt keep neural communication running smoothly. Think of neurons like cell phones. They need a charged battery to work. Electrolytes are that battery. Without adequate potassium, sodium, and magnesium, the electrical signals that form your thoughts become weak and slow. By maintaining balanced electrolytes every day, you ensure that your brain always operates at maximum voltage. Quick thoughts, sharp reflexes, precise decisions. Lemon, with its detoxifying effect, reduces systemic inflammatory load over time. Chronic low-grade inflammation is called inflammaging by scientists. Aging caused by inflammation. It is one of the main drivers of all diseases of aging, including cognitive decline. By reducing inflammation every day, you are literally slowing down the aging of your brain. This manifests as better memory, faster thinking, and more stable moods even decades later. There's also the psychological aspect of having a powerful morning ritual. When you wake up and the first thing you do is take care of yourself by preparing this drink, you are sending a message to your subconscious. I deserve care, I value my health, I have control over my well-being. This builds self-esteem and a sense of agency. People with strong morning rituals report less anxiety, more motivation, and a greater sense of purpose. It's not just the chemistry of the drink, it's also the psychology of taking care of yourself. Another rarely mentioned benefit: financial savings. If you are spending 15-20 Rs a day on specialty coffees, energy drinks, energy supplements, you easily spend 500 to 600 Rs a month. A can of quality matcha costs around 80 to 120 Rs and lasts more than a month. Coconut water and lemon are cheap. You're talking about maybe $150 a month for superior energy and mental clarity, better than any combination of expensive products would give you. It's an investment that pays for itself several times over. Now, let's get practical about how to maintain this over the long term. The biggest obstacle people face is the temptation to return to coffee when life it runs. You have a stressful week, you run out of time, and suddenly you're drinking coffee again because it's faster. To avoid this, prepare everything the night before. Keep the mug, the matcha, and the whisk separate. Leave the already cut lemon in the refrigerator. Always have coconut water in stock. Reduce friction as much as possible. The easier it is to prepare, the more you will get done. Another strategy: make it visible. Place the pot of matcha in a place you see when you wake up. Our brain responds to visual stimuli. If you see matcha, you remember the drink. If it's hidden in the closet, you forget about it. It may seem silly, but these little environmental tricks make a huge difference in maintaining habits. The people who are most successful in maintaining lifestyle changes are those who organize the environment to make desired behavior easy and unwanted behavior difficult. Also, have a plan B for trips or unusual days. You can buy matcha in individual sachets that are easy to pack, or take a small pot with enough matcha to last a few days. Coconut water can be found almost anywhere. Lemon too. Don't let a work trip or vacation break your rhythm. Maintain the habit even outside the home. This solidifies the change and prevents regressions. Celebrate milestones. When you complete a consecutive week of drinking the drink, recognize this. When you complete a month, celebrate in some way. It doesn't have to be anything big. It could be just writing it down in a diary or telling someone. The act of recognizing progress reinforces behavior and motivates you to continue. Our brain loves rewards. Give yourself this psychological reward and the habit becomes stronger. Connect with others by doing the same. There are online communities of people who drink matcha, practice biohacking, seek mental clarity, join groups on Facebook, follow hashtags on Instagram. When you see other people doing the same thing, you feel like you're part of something bigger. It has support. Exchange experiences. Learn new tricks. Community makes any change easier and more sustainable. Alone is difficult. Together, it's easier. Document your journey. Take a photo of your drink every day and post it on social media or keep it to yourself. Write in a notebook how you felt each day. This creates a visual and emotional record of your progress. When you look back after a month and see 30 photos of the drink, 30 days of notes about how you felt better, it creates concrete proof that it's worth it. Our brain needs evidence. You create this evidence yourself by documenting it. Now let's talk about realistic cost and time expectations. Preparation literally takes 2 minutes. Heat the coconut water for a minute. Mix everything for another minute. Ready. 2 cups of coffee takes the same amount of time. So there is no excuse that it is too much work. As for the cost, good matcha costs between 80 and 150 reais depending on the brand, and a 30 gram can last an entire month if you use a teaspoon a day. Coconut water costs around 10 to 15 reais per liter, and 1 liter lasts 5 days. Lemons are cheap, about 50 cents each. Sea salt, a 500 gram box costs around 20 reais and lasts 6 months. You are talking about a monthly investment of around 150 to 200 reais. Compare with 3 coffees a day at 10 reais each, you spend 900 reais per month on coffee alone. The savings are real. And if you're thinking you can't wake up earlier to do this, you don't have to. You simply replace the time you would have spent making coffee or buying coffee with making this drink. The time is the same. The difference is the result. Instead of brain fog, anxiety, and energy crashes, you have clarity, calm, and stable energy. Same amount of time, infinitely better results. I will now give you a direct challenge. For 30 days, completely replace your morning coffee with this drink. 30 days only. If at the end of 30 days you don't feel any difference, you can go back to coffee. But I guarantee you that if you do it right, follow the exact recipe, take it on an empty stomach every day for 30 consecutive days, you will never want to go back. Because you will have experienced what it's like to truly wake up without chemical crutches. You will have felt real mental clarity. You will have lived entire days with stable energy without crashes. And when you experience it, going back to the old way seems absurd. You are at a crossroads right now. One path leads back to brain fog, caffeine addiction, unstable energy, accelerated brain aging. The other path leads to clarity, independence, vitality, long-term neurological protection. The choice is yours. But choose now, not tomorrow, not Monday, now. Buy the ingredients today. Get everything ready before bed tonight. And tomorrow morning, when you wake up, drink this drink. Start your new life with a clear mind. If you made it this far, in this video, you are exactly the kind of person who deserves to have a brilliant mind functioning at its maximum potential. Now I need you to do a few things. First, subscribe to this channel immediately if you are not already subscribed. I constantly bring content about brain performance, natural energy, longevity that can transform your life. Second, leave your like on this video now. This helps more people discover this vital information. Third, go to the comments now and write, "I'm going to drink matcha tomorrow." When you declare publicly, you create commitment. So go ahead, write, "I'm going to have matcha tomorrow" in the comments. Fourth, share this video with someone you know who is always drinking coffee and complaining about being tired. You could be changing that person's life. And fifth, click on the next video that is appearing on the screen right now, where I reveal the 5 morning mistakes that are destroying your energy all day long without you realizing it. Information that everyone needs to know. Click now, and let's continue this journey of transformation together. See you in the next video.